guess you know your dad's name is at the Water Gap Country Club, right?
Yeah.
He's one of the founders of that place?
Yeah. That was when it was called Wolf Hollow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also he was one of the founders of Skytop.
Oh, I didn't know that.
His name was on a plaque on one of the fireplaces. Now, Ruth and I went up there, had a mini honeymoon kind of last spring, and I couldn't find it anymore. They took it out. It doesn't matter, but he did the legal work for him. He never invested much money in it and didn't, stay on their board or anything. He was their initial help get them started kind of thing. So it runs in the family, I guess.
When we talked on, I think it was the second interview, you said that there was a 5-minute story about the Nickmans or something about the Water Gap Country Club. Do you remember what that was?
5-man.
A 5-minute.
Oh yeah. Well, there's other names on that. Ernest Hogue, and a guy named Dent from Allentown are on that same plaque. It's
and Hamra. Did you know Hamra?
Hamra. I didn't know. Mr. Hogue, I remember as a kid. Not him as a kid, me as a kid.
Right.
And the rest of them I didn't know. They're just names that I remember because they're on the plaque, I guess. Dent, Hamra, and Hogue, and my dad. Is that 5? That's 4. It must be somebody else if there's 5 on that. There's the Swans. They've been here. There was another pair 10 years ago, and then they disappeared for a year or two. And the clubhouse for the old club is right in this field there, near where that little telephone building is. And why that telephone building is set way back in there, I'll never know.
Well, I think you were going to talk about Don Nickman, or maybe you did some legal work for the Water Gap.
Well, yeah, I did. I was on the original Wolf Hollow or Cherry Valley. This is Cherry Valley now, right?
Well, it's Water Gap.
Water Gap. Was it? Yeah, it's not Cherry Valley. It's Water Gap. Originally, when it was closed by World War II, they had gasoline rationing, and it was very difficult to get gasoline. And the customers for Wolf Hollow, where that's a neat place. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That's one of the crayon people family has that. Anyway, when the North Jersey people who were members and customers of that Water Gap resort couldn't make it, and they went out of business. I don't know whether they didn't go through a formal bankruptcy, but it didn't wipe out. It was almost like it was abandoned. And Howard Nickman came over from New Jersey, where he had a country club in New Jersey. This is the father of Donald, and bought out the interests that he had to buy out, which were all different. There are actually 5 mortgages on the property, not all covering the same property at Water Gap. So it was a real complex thing. And another lawyer in my dad's office named C. Edward Depew at the time, and I was just the beginning lawyer at the time, young lawyer. He and I worked with Howard Nickman to determine who the people we had to buy out to clear up the title of this thing. Not we had to buy out, but that Howard Nickman had to buy out, and we did that, and he, then he had owned all the interests in it, and there weren't any other outstanding interests, and he could proceed to deal with his local lenders on a normal way, make the improvements that he felt he wanted to make. And this has been very successful, this Barley Creek. This used to be a ski shop, a retail shop. And they enlarged it and made a nice business there. So a lot of other people have profited by Camelback because of the ski side village thing, and this little store down here, and I remember when the old big Pocono days, this house was the state park ranger lived in that house, and his name was Reich, R-A-I-S-H, I think. His name might be in the book, I don't know. Anyway, we'd be working on the old big Pocono. We'd come down and he'd be sitting on his porch there, and so we'd go up and talk to him, and we maintained good relationships with him and with the state government in Harrisburg. And so too did Jim Moore, our president of Camelback, and he and Dr. Maurice Goddard got along very, very well. They just, we tried to do a job and do it fairly and safely, and they were pleased with it. Was doing what we did. What we did also is assume all the responsibility of maintaining the park on top, where the road goes around the loop, up on top, and we do that as part of our rental agreement for the facilities, and then we pay them a lot of money also on a yearly basis. And they also persuaded us for years to build a camel top little restaurant up there, and because it's an expenditure of a lot of money, we had to drill about 3 wells, I think, and put in a septic system up there and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, we did that, and they thought that was good for the park and the state of Pennsylvania.
Well, is there anything else we should have talked about? Anything else I should have asked you about that we haven't gotten to?
No, I think the other, the satisfaction of the industrial development stuff is, again, is the jobs that it creates, and of course a better tax base for taxing the local taxes to have industrial and commercial facilities paying taxes instead of just the homeowners. So that's a good thing we did, I think. But I don't know what I'll probably think of a lot of things later, but I could jot them down if need be. But that's enough.
All right, well,
I think.
Okay.
And any questions you have, Marty, just don't hesitate to ask.